What's up, YouTube? I was out doing some Uber Eats in my truck here and I saw another Chevy for sale on the side of the road. This little spot used to be a bar and a lot of vehicles are put out here for private party sales, and you know me, I like these Chevy trucks. This one's 2005. It's $6,500 they're asking. It says the bank still has the title. Has quite a few miles. You can see there, 235, almost 236. The rust isn't too bad, especially for South Dakota. Look at this. The rockers are more or less intact. They're a little bit dented up, but so is mine. I don't really care for this chrome. I'd find a way to get that off, heat gun, whatever. The bed, at least from the outside, looks pretty good. Let's see about the inside. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, it feels like there is some rust on the inside. It's got airbags, but if they have airbags, they're probably pushing this 1500 a little too hard, if you ask me. It's got some 305s on it. They're not very aggressive, but they are big. And it looks like they actually fit on the front, which kind of amazes me for a Chevy, but it probably has a leveling kit. Yeah, it looks like rough country leveling kit on there. These headlights, they kind of bug me. Why? Because they don't have the black bezel. I think it looks a lot cooler with the black bezel. That's what comes stock, but these are just some probably eBay, Amazon replacements here, so I'm not a huge chrome guy. That's just my opinion on these headlights. But it's always fun to check these things out. It's an extended cab. It's not really leaking oil or anything. Frame looks okay. Body's definitely kind of beat. Really needs a wash. Why wouldn't they wash it before they sell it? There's the bed. Plastic liner. That's not the best. I almost rather not have one. Who knows what could get under that plastic. It's got some aftermarket taillights. Looks like a bunch of dust got in there. Pretty much junk then. Got a little rust on the tailgate. At least that's replaceable. No spare. Is that rear axle? That has a little rust on that differential cover. I hate how these have drum brakes in the back. I had an 05 and that's just a step backwards. If you look at my 02, it's got discs all around, just like a brand new one would. That's the way you want it. Then the pedal is firmer. And over here we got a Impala. Apparently it's an SS. The wheels must be off a shittier one because the SS actually it comes with some really nice wheels. But it says it right on the steering wheel. I can't open the hood because it's locked, but I'm gonna assume it's correct that it is an SS. These cars are pretty cool. They have a 5.3 just like my truck, except it's an aluminum block specific for the front wheel drive application. That kind of sucks they're still front wheel drive, but at least it's a V8 Impala SS, because the body style before this, you couldn't even get a V8 at all. Look at this, they're trying to get 6,900 out of this. It does have a good amount of miles on it. Has a few repairs done, brakes, battery, windshield, tires. That's more or less maintenance items, so that's nothing major. It's not like it has a new engine or a transmission. Transmission's the weakest link on these cars, but it looks pretty clean. I just don't think it's gonna get that much money with these wheels and stuff. Like, these Impalas aren't really worth that much money anymore. Even the SS, I've seen a couple of SS's as little as 2,500 bucks if they're need some repairs or something like that. But it's pretty cool. Just too much for me to buy it. Here's the Equinox. Now, this is not something I would ever buy, but my mom had one. They handle pretty well. This one's a V6, so this is 3.6 liter. Not a very good engine, but check this out. That's a lot of miles for that. I'm amazed it lasted that long. I'm trying to get 35 out of this one. That's not a terrible deal, I guess, as long as it's still running okay. You gotta watch for the, what is it, the timing chains on these ones. They go out all the time when people get a lot of miles and don't do enough oil changes. And you know, it's weird, white with bad clear coat, huh? I don't really see that very much. See, there's a little bit, just a tiny bit of hail damage. Look at these seats. They look like a swimming pool ball. That's what I think. Kind of funny. Oh, and it looks like it's got the old stereo. It doesn't have MyLink. This must be it's an 11. That's the first year of this, or the second year of this body style. So, yeah, always fun to look around. I don't know. I guess out of all these, I'd probably take the SS, because this truck is kind of beat up. These tow mirrors. It's probably a teenager's truck. I don't know. Inside's mediocre. I mean, it's a cloth seat, but it does have a center console. Let's see the back. Yeah, pretty much what you would expect. A little dent there. So yeah. Oh, I guess this driver's side has a little bit more rust, huh? And that door, that's gonna need a new door. So yeah, definitely not the cleanest truck I've seen. Not even as clean as mine. Mine came from Montana, so it doesn't have any rust. Just some marks from some aftermarket fender flare. That's all I got. Rockers are fucking clean. Love that. But yeah, always fun to look at trucks. Stay tuned for more. I like looking at these things. I'll do it again.